Hi guys, welcome to my channel, Lighting Your Sunshine, where we like to shine a light within and empower ourselves. So today's reading is going to be based off of a conversation I had yesterday. So this lady came up and she was asking me my opinion on some things, and it kind of one thing led to another, and we got into like a little bit of a depth, we got deeper into the conversation, and telepathy came up. And I didn't realize that so many people were dealing with an invasion of telepathy, right? So I told her, you know, I'm gonna ask Spirit tomorrow, and maybe we'll get some clarification on this. So first thing that they want me to talk about is how animals and all nature works together. Right? So humans, we talk, we're vocal, right? We know how to write things down. So it kind of evolved and we are who we are today. But most of nature, they talk telepathically. So that's how I talk to my animals. And, you know, you can connect to the trees and anything that is of the earth, you can connect to and talk. Crystals, like there's so much information if you know how to go in and actually communicate with them, learn to interpret the vibrations and how to do that talk. And so, yeah, I'm seeing some people, they have this skill and they haven't been able to quite master or develop it yet, because in nature, telepathy is wonderful, right? That's how you communicate. That's how you know, like, danger's coming. Like, they sense danger coming before it's even here, and that's why, like, birds will take off. Weather changes before, like, disasters happen. Watch nature. Like, they know. They're so in tuned and connected. And they talk in vibrations, colors, symbols, and, yeah, just pictures. And there's just different ways that you see it, so it's just, I always say it's a good skill to start working on, but we are here having a 3D experience. So what does that mean? Well, there's different dimensions, right? And then as you raise your vibration, you can go to other spiritual realms and kind of connect with people on a soul level. And, you know, there are things like astral traveling, which is where your soul can kind of leave your body and explore. And you can see other people. There's other ways that you can connect with others. But we're here having a 3D experience. So if it is possible for you to speak verbally to someone, that's always the most ideal case. Right? Because I'm finding that some people are tapping into telepathy and they are bombarding the other person, and the other person doesn't want them in their energy. It's almost an invasion of privacy. And so as I was speaking with this person, their story started unfolding and I was like, red flags. There's just too many red flags. And I thought that the story and the message I was getting was for other people, but I'm seeing it so many. So we're just going to pull cards and we're going to, Spirit, the question today is, please help us find some insight and guidance on proper techniques on how and when to use telepathy, and also how to protect ourselves when we need to protect our energy. So that's the intention today. There's 2 parts to it. So we got 2 decks. So Spirit, what is it that we need to know when it comes to telepathy? And what also can we know to protect ourselves when it comes to someone invading our space? Because I'm finding that some people are just staying telepathically. They'll never come approach you because they know that you're connected. And they know now that they don't have to spiritually grow or, you know, we're here having a human experience. That's the most important thing for you to understand at this moment, is to trust your senses and empower yourself as much so that you can have the best life and elevate on your path effortlessly. Okay. They told me that, and then sorry, they're just really wanting to get the right card this time. Normally they fly out, but okay, I got my cards. So let's see what we're looking with. So the first thing that came out, actually no, we'll go with the way I laid it. So imagination, we have imagination, and it's saying, I embrace and nourish the creative aspects of my mind. And that's what's so beautiful about when telepathy is in its positive state. It's creating, it's able to connect. Like, there's places in your mind where words and the normal, right? Like, think of language barrier, English and French. Like, it's not going to mash and flow. But when you do get into that creative aspects in your mind, like, all those kind of barriers are taken away. And that's what is so great about telepathy and, you know, how nature communicates, because it is really all connected to this one thing, and that is creation. They're showing me, okay, so when I look at the circle, I'm seeing the blue. The blue is the throat chakra, and the green is the heart, and the purple is the crown. So I am seeing all this coming in and connecting there, right? And meeting in the middle. It's so important that, right, your crown, your heart, your root are kind of like three, the crown, the heart, the sacral, they're telling me. The root for some, but mostly the sacral, is like major gateway portals for you, and they kind of connect to the next one, right? So we got the heart and the spirit coming in to show you. And that's what telepathy is for. Sorry, that's what they're telling me. That telepathy is for you to connect to your passed over loved ones of the light, right? You know, you really got to be specific on what energetic frequencies for your guides to come in, right? And that's one thing, is just, if you're an open antenna and you're just like, Spirit, come in, you have to be specific on who's allowed to connect to your energy. You are an energetic match to what comes to you. So remember that as well. Don't be a hypocrite and expect that you can be shady and do like low vibing things and only connect to the high. That just doesn't make sense. There is a purpose for telepathy, to connect to your guides. Physical, like things that are here, no, you're meant to talk to them. And the other ones, that's what the telepathy is for. There is things where maybe in time and space you're apart and you can connect. I've had moments, my friend, when she was in getting cancer treatment, it was her first time, and I was walking, and all of a sudden I got frozen in my space, and it came in, and they said, she needs your help now. And then she came in and was like, I need help. And so I started sending her energy, and I told her the time that this happened at, and that is exactly the time when she was going through her radiation, when it was the worst, and she was really struggling. So I do think that there are those things. And I always ask twins, do you have that telepathic bond? And none of them do. I really want to meet twins who do. Yeah, if you are one, let me know. What's some cool things that you guys have do? That's like my favorite question as twins. I've never met them. And so the next card that came out is humor. You do have to humor. If you are in a low state, laughter and joy, right? They're showing me sarcasm right now. They're saying sarcasm, right? You do laugh at it. It is a bit funny, but there's not much intellect behind it. It's so easy to see something and not even have to like raise it to change it into something higher. It's just making fun of something. It's like a jab. So sarcasm isn't quite the best medicine. Laughter is the best medicine. Like that pure, oh my God. Yesterday, this person was watching something and they were laughing like Santa Claus. And at first I was like, it was so contagious. And I know that they were having a bad day. So to hear them laugh like that really was beautiful to see. So if you're in a bad state, they always say like, just watch funny movies. That could be almost the best thing for your mental health. You know, if things are going whatever, but that's what you have to do is you have to train your mind. You have to always train it, train it, train it. Negative thought comes in, train it. You have to keep elevating. Here we have abundance and reverse. That's that red flag I seen. There's so many red flags that you are given as warnings, and you probably will get it telepathically. So you might doubt yourself as to the legit basis of it. If you don't know where some message is coming from, it can confuse you. And that's why it's so important to have proper boundaries, to always ground yourself, be present. They keep telling me lately, be present, be present. I know escapism is so easy to get trapped into, and you've got to escape the escapism. And the only way that you can do that is by fine-tuning, raising, and being consciously aware in the present. So now we're just going to go into our, oh, I don't know where my box is. Oh, they're called Soul Vibes. So here, there's no words. I'm just going to see what I get and what picture they show me. It's two hearts coming together, and they did not work out. They did have to separate, and there is a tiny inkling, this tiniest sliver or thread connecting them still. And so because of that, this person now has like the energetic knock, knock, knock. They're always there. Even if you haven't seen this person, especially, you know, time doesn't matter. It could be years, it could be hours, days. It really doesn't matter. But there's this tiny, tiny thread. And they're telling me, you've been given so many red flags that the reason why this cord or attachment is hard to let go of is there were some good times. Romanticizing the past, and you know, you kind of focus on those, and they did happen and they were true. And so that's something just to, they're showing me not to latch onto the negative thoughts, right? You know, when you're on the outs kind of thing, and those things that happened, right? We can get really stuck on what they did, but then also not getting stuck on the good either. If you really need to let this cord go, it's not being attached to them in any sense. Just always keep, they're showing me, pull your energy back, because when you do think of those moments, it kind of goes out to them, and it's like a welcome invitation. They're like, okay, showtime. We're back again. I've been waiting for this moment. And so you have to keep clearing and cleansing. And if you have to cut that cord every day, every time you have a thought, you might attach again. You might. And so she was saying, I keep cutting cords, and you know, they're still there. And she's so connected to this person that even she feels them, then they call. Like, you know, those are kind of like, in some situations, those are great. But when you don't really want to pick up on this person, you don't want this person in your energy or have access to you anymore, when it now becomes a violation of privacy, yeah, it's a violation of privacy through and through. So that's what they're saying, is not to romanticize the past. And this one had one hidden behind it. So let's just see what let's go into this one they're saying. They're telling me that it is important to increase your energy field. So as we look at this card here, this is the pure, we'll say this is you. And then this is like your protective bubble here. And then this is like this is your energy. And then this is the protective bubble. That's what they're showing me. And so the more and more that you learn to work on your energy fields, it's not so much that you need to make your field be bigger, right? Because now you're sweeping through way more people's energy and you can have more attachments, but it's not making it bigger, it's making it more intense. Turning up the heat, raising that frequency, that vibration. But that's all good and said and done, but how do you do that? And they said consistent daily practice for the 5 things that you think are most important. 5 things that you are like, you know, mind, body, soul, this is what I'm missing. You need to incorporate those 5 things that are important to you and add it into your daily routine. Everyone has 5 different things, so we can't quite say, you know, it has to be water, food, this. It's up to you. Whatever those 5 things are, it has to bring you joy. It has to fill your cup up. You have to, it's a isolating process too. You can incorporate others in these activities, but ideally, these will be 5 things that you do sacred for yourself every morning. And those things that you do, and they're telling me the intention behind it is important. And they're telling me that the more and more you repetitively do these things, the stronger and stronger your boundaries are going to be. It's not that you need to raise your vibration to be more powerful. It's just boundaries. That's what your daily practice is. It's self-love and boundaries. It's creating this very safe space for you to stay open and happy and shiny. And this person already, I see them like that. So can you even imagine more space for them to be themselves? And this, I'm saying this person only because it was the conversation that we had that prompted this curiosity for message, but Spirit did say that this is for everyone. So okay, now they're coming back to the throat chakra. The throat chakra is very, very important to do with telepathy. They're saying, say what you mean and mean what you say, and do not give any other breath to anything else. You know, there's a lot of people that are kind of people pleasers, and, you know, they'll, like, I'm just seeing, like, you know, some girls play, like, the dumb, like, really dumb, like, ditzy, like, but they're not. And so there's, if you don't want to laugh at this person and you don't want to encourage them, don't. They're saying be very sharp with your conversations and only say what you need to say, right? There's no time for that nervous energy where you're so uncomfortable. Sorry, it wasn't the ditzy like that. It's that nervous, that's what they showed me. So, I apologize for that. It's not that energy. It's that very uncomfortable, but I don't want to make you mad. And, you know, so you put them a bit before yourself in your comfort and your emotions. And so they're saying less talk, only say what's needed, and not everything needs a response. Every time you respond, it is like a new open gateway. So this is what I'm looking at, and this is what's behind it. They're showing me very much the importance of being balanced. I'm seeing the column come through and ground you and anchoring you into the earth, which we always talk about to be grounded and present. But now they're showing the importance of not quite the vertical, but the horizontal plane as well. I'm almost seeing like Leonardo da Vinci. Is that the guy? The one with like the man that's like, you know? What about that though? It's really saying the balance of this. So the next one, 7, 8, 9, 10, 3, 5. Ooh, Spirit's coming in. 1 second. There's a message in the numbers they told me, and so I just have to figure this out first. So we got 8 and 3, and they're telling me that the difference, okay, so 8 could be the infinity symbol. You know, it's all about working hard, momentum, could be quick movement, depending on whatever. But 8 is just, 8's gonna keep on going. It's gonna go forever. And then the 3 is coming together and partnerships and commitments. And so they're telling me, you know, if this was an ideal thing, bond to form, like, yeah, but we don't really want cords, right? I always tell everyone, cut every cord, right? Be so strong in yourself, they be so strong in themselves, you come together, and then you can blend your energy. But if there's a cord, there's no taking, no giving, no depletion, no this. That's why cut all cords. That's all we'll say right now. But what they're telling me is that movement and that commitment would have been good coming together to blend. But they're saying, look in between, and the in between is a 5, right? 5 take away 8 take away 3, 5. And 5 is conflict, chaos. It's that change energy. So 5 in the depths, you want change. And if you want change, you can't continue to keep engaging and allowing past patterns because you are cutting cords, but you have to let those cords go and surrender. When you shift your vibration and that change, you now have to interact with them in a different way than you're used to. So now you're uncomfortable, right? And they're showing me it's just not worth the fighting. So sometimes just nothing is better than something. But Spirit, okay, so this is what my question, Spirit. When somebody is connecting to you telepathically, right, that means they're thinking of you so much. Like it's almost like an obsessive thinking. What can we do about that? What if it turns into a cause of concern for safety? And I'm getting mad chills right now. They told me let's pull from the tarot deck. Okay, I was gonna grab the gold one, but they said the other one. You want to know about safety, because every time that someone connects to you, you know, they could simply just be thinking of you and not know about telepathy. Maybe they're not aware of what their thoughts are truly powerful of doing. But if it is an obsessive energy, Spirit, how can my friends help protect themselves? This is interesting. Okay, so the first card that came out. First card that came out. Okay. No, they're saying go with the spread. Okay, so we have the World. If you truly want to break free and go off on your own, you do have to take a leap of faith. You do have to crown yourself as which words are you wanting me to choose? Because I feel like that could cause problems. You really just have to crown yourself. You have to be the empress of your own life, or the emperor of your own life, the authoritative figure of your own life. The next card that came out was Judgment, and that's it. If you are following this path, right, if you have developed your throat chakra and, you know, your crown, third eye, and you're getting telepathic messages, remember to go into the creative aspect. That telepathy is important in certain things when it comes to creation, when it comes to connecting with the universe, when it comes to connecting with our guides. We don't need to have these people who are in 3D bodies right now harassing us at all hours. And so it's saying, raise your vibration, use the humor. It's time to let go of that last teensy attachment and go into your safe void space. From there is abundance, but here's the thing. 2 cards came out. We haven't touched on this. Abundance was in reverse, and then the next card that came out also was wealth in reverse. This drains you. This takes your essence. This even, you know, imagine that energy if you had it and you weren't quite sharing to others, or like, you know, always being like fractured and bombarded. That energy, if you had taken that and focused its true potential, you could have created so much from that little bit of energy. It could have been a whole new career opportunity. Like that's the power of your focus and attention. And so you can also use your telepathy to create, to manifest, to connect with. Okay, no, those are 2 separate things, but they're so close, and that's why they're telling me to put them together. All right, but what Spirit is telling me is, because you do all this, you do connect to your guides, you do have that pure heart, you do see the red flags, and you know that you're worthy. You need to know your worth, and that stop romanticizing these things. So when people come back to pull you kind of in, right, even, oh, okay, yeah, I'm understanding, all right, like, we're just being quiet and just hoping that they'll go away. It's not gonna happen, right? That's that cord. You gotta let go of the bad, you gotta let go of the good, and you do need to call a bit of judgment. So what does this mean? Because, right, you don't want to be a judgmental person, but you have this telepathic connection to your guides. Speak to your guides. Let them know what you're going through and what you need. You tell them, you know, this is how I'm feeling. This is where I want to go. This is my goals. This is what has been holding me back. I need help on this. I do not think that this is fair. Can you please deal with it how you see fit, and to help me find clarity on this path I need to go. Like, you need to let Spirit know that you now know your worth. You now know that it's time to release this and give it to them. And when you do, right, you always cut your cords, right? Whatever works for you. Because even there was someone, and I always told them, I couldn't cut this one cord for this one person. When I would have like scissors and knives, or, Archangel Michael, and it almost was like it was like a ball, and it would like roll out, and it just wouldn't get cut. And eventually I had to find so many different visual techniques that worked for me, because this person, they also have a little bit of knowledge on these things. And so it was a little bit harder. And also because you do romanticize the happy time or something, but make sure you see it with very clear glasses, right? Like, you don't want to stop giving people the benefit of the doubt and start filling your own cup up, because these people are taking from you. And I don't know, for some of you, they don't know about telepathy and how they're constantly engaging in your energy. And then the others, they do know. And those are the ones that are like, right, the first ones, you can kind of cut those cords very easy, because they're pretty innocent in that. They don't know what they're doing, and it's a learning thing, right? They're spirit on their spiritual path, and they'll get there. But for those that know, and those that are obsessively, constantly, that's the harassment, that's the manipulation, those ones aren't okay. And you do need to call judgment. You don't retaliate to them, you give it to your guides only, of the highest white light. Don't give it to some low vibing thing, because, you know, just don't. Be smart. Be smart about stuff. If you don't understand energy, I wouldn't do it. That's all I'm saying. So yeah, practice different techniques that might work for you, because eventually I did find out how to release this cord. And you know what? It's been great ever since. So we'll leave it at that. Oh, I'm hearing honey. Put some honey in your water, really good for the throat chakra. They're really saying if you want to help control the mind, you really have to work on the throat. You need to set up boundaries in the 3D and in the spiritual. And so whenever you feel them come, you're like, nope, and you send them away. You just like, not cool, not today. Not today, Satan. All right, that's all we're gonna say today, and stay empowered, guys. Bye.